Hey guys, it's Shar again, and here we are with day 3 of our 7-day reset with Jesus. So let's just go straight into it. Jesus today. Nothing is more important than spending time with Jesus. God isn't interested in weighing us down with rules and requirements. Instead, He wants to transform our hearts. This happens as we spend time with Him. In today's passages, we learn from both Mary, Gospel of Luke, and David, Psalms, on how prioritizing time with God makes all the difference. In Luke 10, Martha is so focused on doing a good thing that she misses out on the best thing. One thing is necessary, Jesus says, and that's spending time with Him. Read today's passage and ask Jesus to reset your time with Him to be real and deep. Read the passages, turn on some worship music, enjoy your time with your leader and friend. Over the rest of the week, we'll look at what it means for Jesus to reset our time with Him. So we're going to Luke 10, verse 38. Now as they went on their way, Jesus entered a village, and a woman named Martha welcomed Him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet and listened to His teaching. But Martha was distracted with much serving, and she went up to Him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Tell her then to help me. But the Lord answered her, Martha, Martha, you are anxious and troubled about many things, but one thing is necessary. Mary has chosen the good portion, which will not be taken away from her. So this is a very familiar story to all of us. We've got sisters Martha and Mary, and they both love Jesus. Martha welcomes Him into her home, and she's preparing food and she's trying to make things really nice for Him, which is great. But He didn't come looking for food. I mean, this is the man who multiplied loaves and fishes and fed 5,000 plus. Didn't really need Martha's food. And she isn't doing a bad thing. She's doing the hospitable thing. She is welcoming somebody into her home, offering food and drink. That's the polite thing to do. It's great. But there is a better thing with Jesus. Because just like yesterday's woman at the well, Jesus wants to offer something. He doesn't want you to offer Him sustenance. He wants to offer you. And our part is to receive it and to take it. And if you went further into yesterday's story about the woman at the well, and you can go back and read that, it even says it says to the effect that actually Jesus is saying that this is His sustenance. When the disciples came and they were bringing food, and He said, no, I'm full, I've had sustenance. And they were like, where did He get food from? This is where Jesus' sustenance comes from. It's from giving us and from us receiving. And therefore, the thing we need to do is focus on our Lord and just receive. Okay? Let's go to Psalm 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When evildoers assail me to eat up my flesh, my adversaries and foes, it is they who stumble and fall. Though an army encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war rise against me, yet I will be confident. One thing I have asked of the Lord, one thing I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. For he will hide me in his shelter in the day of trouble. He will conceal me under the cover of his tent. He will lift me high upon a rock. The Psalm 27 is a very beautiful psalm. It's one of my special triad of psalms that God led me to many years ago, and often I pray these ones together, which are 23, 27, and 91. All three talk about God leading us, God providing, and the great riches and protection and sustenance that we find that he provides if we seek after him. So one thing I have asked of the Lord, and that I will seek after. So you seek to dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of your life. Seek God's face, not his hand, his face, and his hand will provide. Because it goes on to say afterwards, after verse 4, where he says, one thing I have asked of the Lord, and that I will seek after, to gaze upon his beauty and inquire in his temple. And then in verse 5, for he will hide me in his shelter in the day of trouble. He will conceal me under the cover of his tent. He will lift me high upon a rock. When you seek God, when you diligently seek God and nothing else, he provides everything that we need. Okay, so that's it for today. And until next time, God bless you all.